Welcome back to the Viridian League for its 12th event, the Elimination Race, brought to us by the Nightshades. It's gonna be a simple event. Every round, last place will be eliminated until we have only one marble left standing. You can see the course that they'll be facing here in the background. After the last events, the Supersonics surged into the lead, ahead of the Rainbirds by just 4 points. But a lot of these teams are in striking distance if they can perform well in this event. Now, we're off to the first heat. You can see the starting grid there. And they're off. Let's see. This event's all about endurance. It doesn't matter where you finish, although finishing ahead will give you a better starting position for the later races, so the keen among us might figure out who won with what race, even if the camera doesn't show us, because the camera will be focused on last place. Speaking of which, the Rainbirds are currently in last. A bit of a gap between Team Brimstone, E12, and the John Jolts and Evergreen Oaks there. They need to catch up in this latter section of the course if they want to survive. Let's see. A great move there. A great burst of speed to move into the rotating bar section ahead of the John Jolts and Team Brimstone. Between all three of those here, it's a very close battle here. You can see some collisions there between Team Brimstone and the Rainbirds. Greatly affecting their position. You see John Jolts also in the battle here, and it's going to be the Rainbirds eliminated in the first round. Second place in the championship. Oh, that's going to be vital. See, Evergreen Oaks and Eviters were also in this battle, but it's between that bad bounce there from the Rainbirds. That means they can't overtake anyone, and it's gotta be their downfall. Everyone else moves to the second round. You can see, it's all about strategy. Do you put in a lot of energy to avoid being eliminated in the first few rounds, or do you save up for the last few rounds, hoping to get by with minimal effort in the first few? But after the Rainbows were eliminated in the first round, maybe these teams will start to reconsider. You can see now the Dune Dashers behind with a great move there to move in front of the Cosmoscopes. But it's a very tight battle here, and they're right behind the Histrunes. It's gonna come down to this rotation section, the tunnels after, and the pegs. And see a great move there from the Histrunes to avoid all these rotating bars. And now the Cosmoscopes are on a very far behind. They have quite a setback to overcome. Will they do it? And it's not looking like it. Yeah, even though this last section was decently maneuvered for them, they were just too far back and could not make it could not do it. You can see great move here through both last two sections, but they were just too far behind after the spinning bars, and they will be eliminated in the second round. With 2 marbles already gone, you can see the field starts changing and shrinking ever so slightly. Now the Supersonics are behind, but of course this first section of course is always chaotic, and a lot of stuff can go wrong or right. Like here, you can see very good move there from Supersonics to take that shortcut to get right into the battle with all the other marbles being tied on with the other matches. But a lot of marbles are here all together. Let's see. So we're slightly behind. Some great moves here. The Supersonics are still behind, but it's now they're very close with the White Women's, Histrunes, Evergreen Oaks, and Appletards, and a great move there from the Supersonics. Moves them clearly through the tunnel. And now between these three in the last section of the course, who will survive and who will not? Let's see. It's gonna be the White Women's missing out. They will settle for 14th in this event. Breeze from the White Ones. It was very close. Just a bad bounce on these pegs here. Whilst Evergreen Oaks and Histrunes had far better bounces, is what made the difference. 3 marbles gone, 13 remain in this 4th round, and off they go. Let's see, Quadros is near the front, but Evergreen Oaks also there, same for the Dune Dashers. Appletards are a bit behind, but Supersonics are as well until they take this shortcut. Very well maneuvered there. You can see it's a very close battle. A lot of teams very close to each other. Team Brimstone now in the lead. Meanwhile, the Evergreen Oaks and even Tadawars near the back. Appletards also up there. Or rather, back there, I should say. It's a close battle, but Appletards and Evergreen Oaks starting to lag a bit behind. They don't seem to have great rotating bar sections. It's gonna be between these two unless they both pull off a miracle here in this lag session. It's not looking like it. Evergreen Oaks and Appletards. Appletards behind. They need to do it well here to move on, but they won't. Not good for their championship hopes. That's the 3rd contender out in just the first 4 rounds. Not having a great last few events. It's going to open it up for a lot of other teams that are still remaining. And off they go into the 5th round. Already 4 marbles gone. Supersonics near the back. But of course, it's anyone's game still. Let's see. Nightshades near the front, ahead of with the Automashes now catching up through that shortcut. John Jolt also very good use of the shortcut there. A lot of back and forth in this beginning section. Corjos and Evergreen Oaks now near the back. Supersonics not far ahead. But it's a very close battle between all these marbles. Everyone is almost all together. Let's see, everyone into the spinning section. That's 8 marbles or so, all next to each other. In the same hot line. Same distance. Team Brimstone had the worst of it. They're now in the back. Can they overcome it? They need to have a good last section here. But it's not looking like it with that bounce. And no. Team Brimstone will just be eliminated here. Very unfortunate. We had 8 teams or so. All at the same height and distance to the finish. But Team Brimstone just did not take the spinning bar wall and could not recover at all in the tunnels or this last section. And that's going to be their undoing. Next round is off now. Let's see, Nightshades are submitted in this 2-0 lead, having done well to hold on so far. Slunishka is now in the lead. Grojos and Evergreen Oaks also great there up the top, having taken that shortcut. Alamash is now near the back, just behind the Eventide Aurors. Let's see, the gap is starting to grow. Great move there from the Alamashers, but not quite able to overtake the Eventide Auroras. Let's see, catch up a bit here in this section. Let's see, how will they take the spinning bars? Let's see, not great for them. Doondash are a little bit in behind, but the Alamashers are just can't get the hang of it here, and they actually get stuck for a bit. That slows them down very much. I fear it may already be too late. This section is looking decent, but not great. And let's see, yeah. It was over already for them. They were just got stuck there in the spinning bars and did not have a great enough section here to come back all the way. They will just barely miss the top 10. Finishing in a respectable 11th in this event. Now, 10 red marbles remain. Only a few can move on. It's getting tighter and tighter as this event moves on. Let's see. Supersonics, very good movement there in the early lead. They want to be able to stretch the lead for a bit more. A lot of contenders have already fallen. We still have a few going, like the Eventide Aurors and the John Jolts. Now, our event submitters, the Nightshades, are in last. Very unfortunate. Let's see. They do catch up a bit here, but they're still behind the Quartz Roses and the John Jolts, who have a very great bar section here, moving up all the way through the tunnel section, also very clean. Now it's the Quartz Roses and the Nightshades needing to make a good move here for the Nightshades if they want to move on. And it's just not quite a good bounce there, and that's going to be it for them. Our event submitters will settle for just a 10th place finish, which is still a lot better than Spectre's last event, which was the previous event actually, where they finished that last. So not a horrid result, but probably not what they would have wanted in the event they submitted. Now, 9 marbles remain. 1 marble will not make the top half here. Let's see. Supersonics now behind, but some great moves there. Gives it now to the Eventide Aurors in the hot seat. Vitamins also there. Doondashers near the front, as well as the Evergreen Oaks and the Histrunes who take this shortcut. Eventide Aurors fall back quite a bit, but catch up all the way with that shortcut. Supersonics also there. Vitamins also in the danger zone, but a lot of these teams are very close going into the spinning bar section. Let's see, it's very close. Wintermints, Supersonics were in there, but have a perfect maneuvering through this tunnel section, going all the way clean. It's now between these 3 marbles, Wintermints, Quartzos, and Eventide Aurors, and who will be gone? It will be the Eventide Aurors. That's very good for the Supersonics, because that's almost every contender out, while they're still in. You can see it was a close battle between them, the Quartz Roses and the Wintermints, but the Quartz Roses and Wintermints just had better angles in this last section, avoiding those pegs, and that will be able to get some through to the next round. Top half here, we have a lot of lower standing teams, surprisingly enough, still in. Let's see, Quartz Roses to an early lead, keeping it going into that shortcut section. Doondashers behind, Evergreen Oaks also near there, same for the Sterling Skies and the Histrunes. Let's see, they need to do a bit better in this last next few sections. if they want to comfortably make it to the next round. You see a lot of early on teams already going to the tunnel section between the Dune Dashers, Evergreen Oaks, and the Sterling Skies here. Dune Dashers a bit behind, but not great tunnel sections for the Evergreen Oaks. And let's see. Oh, the collision there, that's going to help the Evergreen Oaks. And that's what's going to be what decides our adventure here. Dusty from Dune Dashers eliminated. It was very close here. Not great section from both. And you can see here, helping the Evergreen Oaks by colliding them and doing themselves a disfavor. Getting themselves eliminated. We have 7 marbles left. It's really heating up now. Gorgeous is a very good start here. The Sterling Skies a bit behind. But it's, as we have seen, very chaotic at the start. And just taking the good lines here can make all the difference. The Wintermint's already onto the next section, followed by the Histrons and Evergreen Oaks. But ooh, a bad bounce there puts Evergreen Oaks all the way to second to last. Gorgeous Rose is still the only one unable to overtake there. Are a bit behind. Need to make in this rotating bar section, which they take very well. They actually are joining the tunnel, and great moves there, move them all the way down. Now it's a lot of marbles managed to win, and the Supersonics are going to be eliminated here. They came frankly out of nowhere. They were doing fairly well going into the tunnel section, but just did not have a great section there. And all these other marbles just took this last section far better. You can see they're hitting the edge of the block. Then that's gonna be eliminating them. That's very crucial for the championship lead for the standings, because the Supersonics cannot grow the lead too much. But now only 6 marbles left. We're getting close to the last few rounds where the medals will be decided. But these marbles will still have to persevere for a few more. Evergreen Oaks onto the lead for now. But Gorge Roses far better. And we see the same mistake from the Evergreen Oaks as in the last round. And that's going to put them back to last this time. See, into the spinning bar section. John Jones don't do well. They and the Evergreen Oaks are battling it from right now. And some great moves there from the Evergreen Oaks to move ahead of the John Jolts. The John Jolts need to have a great section here if they want to catch up. It's looking decent, but will it be enough for them? No, and that bounce there is going to decide it. That bounce there is going to be what gets them only 6th in this event. They'll be eliminated after 11 rounds, having survived 10 rounds. Very impressive in itself. But this is the final stretch, where it doesn't matter what you've done before. It's all or nothing here. Top 5. Evergreen Oaks, Histrons, Gorge Roses, Wintermints, and the Sterling Skies. And they're off. Very competitive top 4, although probably quite an unusual one. Top 5, I should say. Wintermints and Gorge Roses behind. Sterling Skies very far ahead, not even on the screen. Evergreen Oaks and Histrons, very good moves there. Wintermints, good move there to overtake for 4th place and last safe spot. Gorge Roses now in the hot seat. Let's see, they need to take this spinning bar section well. Evergreen Oaks were doing well, but not great finishing here. Now let's see, they do. It's between all 4 of these marbles, very close. Let's see, Gorge Roses now overtake. It's very close to Histrons and Evergreen Oaks near the front. Who's going to lose it here? And it's going to be the Gorge Roses. Them and the White Whirlwinds were head to head in that last section, but Geode cannot pull through and will settle for a 5th. You can see 4 marbles all in this last section of the course. Wintermints and Gorge Roses had almost the same lines, but Gorge Roses just barely did not avoid that block, and that's going to be their downfall. Top 4. Any marble that survives this round will guarantee themselves a medal, and the one that doesn't will have to settle for a painful 4th place. Now we have some good action going on here at the start of this round. It's currently looking like the Evergreen Oaks and Histrons are to an early lead. Sterling Skies and the Wintermints were near the back, but Sterling Skies make good use of that shortcut, actually catching up to the Evergreen Oaks. Wintermints still far behind. They need to get something going in this latter part of the course. Great moves there in the spinning bar section from the Evergreen Oaks. And a great move there from the Sterling Skies. I fear it might be over for the Wintermints. Not great with the spinning bar section. And yeah, this is not looking good for them. I fear that this might be a 4th place for them. And it will be. Still, a very solid result for the Wintermints. But just barely missing out on the medal has got the sting. See, they just could not catch up at all, having spent too much energy in the earlier rounds. It's still a result to be proud of. Now, we have our medalists set. Sterling Skies, Histrunes, and Evergreen Oaks. And they're off. Evergreen Oaks slightly behind, but now they catch up to the Sterling Skies. Histrunes not far ahead. Let's see, great move there from the Histrunes and Evergreen Oaks to take both shortcuts there. Now the Sterling Skies are in the behind. They avoid all shortcuts, very unfortunate for them. But it's not over yet. Let's see here, Histrunes still lead. But a bad bounce there means the Evergreen Oaks and Sterling Skies overtake. Now the Histrunes are in the back seat. Let's see, Evergreen Oaks need to do well here. Let's see, and all three marbles come together through this spinning bar sections. Gonna be very close. Who's gonna get the bronze? Histrunes moved all the way through. Very good move there. And the Sterling Skies had a very good last section. And that's gonna decide it. Evergreen Oaks will miss out here and settle for bronze. Taiga getting their third bronze in this league. Very consistent marble there for the Evergreen Oaks. But that means we have the Histrunes and the Sterling Skies are top two, bottom two in the standings, perfectly tied at 67 points. Both will get their first medal here, but who of them will get the gold? Sterling Skies up to an early lead, but Histrunes not far behind. Let's see, some good collision there. And great move there from the Histrunes to take the lead here, but it's very close into the funnel section. Let's see. Great overtaking there. And then they collide. It's gonna come down to this last few sections. Histrunes enter first and have a great movement there into the spinning bar sections. With Sterling Skies also decent, but not as great. And the Histrunes have a very solid lead. And Sterling Skies need to get something going here if they want to catch up, but it's not looking like it. I think it might be done, and yes it is! The Sterling Skies will settle for the silver in this event. Tin, they reserve a very good performance there, but that means that the guys from the Histrunes will be our gold medalist for the Histrunes. Very well done for this team. They'll be running a victory lap here, and off they go. Well-deserved one, might I add. Now we're going to be looking at the final results whilst the guys from the Histrunes does their victory lap. Histrunes, Sterling Skies, and Evergreen Oaks get the gold, silver, and bronze respectively. Rainbirds in last is not good for their championship hopes. They're going to lose a lot of momentum to the Supersonics. We'll have to see how that looks here as the Histrunes finish their lap. Now the Supersonics have increased their lead to 13 points, but the battle for second has heated up with a lot of teams in there. But the main movement is down there in the bottom. White Wowins fall to last. The next event will be the bobsleigh. See you then.